Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to another video and to my channel. If you're new here, welcome my darling. Please don't forget to subscribe and of course follow me on Instagram. Okay guys, so as you can see from the title, today I'm going to share with you 10 fragrances that I will not repurchase. And these might surprise you very much because I am personally even surprised, but what can we do? Let's just jump right in. So the first one, guys, and I think it's gonna be one of the biggest surprises here, it is Lancome Oud Bouquet. And I've had it since February, but I got my hands on it in April because that's when I came back to Poland. So back in the day, like a year ago, 2 years ago, I absolutely loved the scent profile. I would wear schar Oud all the time for winter, when we were going out, etc, etc. And for some reason, I don't really know why, something started bothering me in the scent profile. It is beautiful. It's a Oudi gourmand. It's a beautiful rose oud combination, but a very sweet one. You know, there's praline and stuff. But, okay, now that I smell it, I love it. But I think this is gonna be just a one bottle of an affair, and that might be it. I might be wrong, but I don't really reach for it. I know it was summertime, you know, and I didn't have really an opportunity to wear it that much. But for some reason, I am gravitating towards other kinds of oud at the moment. Not as dense, not as sweet. So, yeah, I might be skipping on this one when I finish this bottle, which will take forever, let's be honest. So, that's my first one. My second one is Swiss Arabian Casablanca, and I will not repurchase it because, don't get me wrong, I like them all, by the way. I love these fragrances, but I think it's just gonna end on that one bottle and that's it, you know. With Casablanca, I think I'm not gonna repurchase this because, first of all, I just honestly don't really like the bottle, and that's what kind of, you know, it's not that much of a pleasure to reach for it for me. I know this is very like vain and you shouldn't judge a perfume by its bottle, but it's simple as that, you know. The bottle is just not the best. It just looks quite cheap. I know the fragrance is inexpensive, but it has great performance. Also, what kind of bothers me is that very heavy musky dry down. Even though I like it, sometimes it's a little bit too much. Maybe if it was a little bit more smoother, a little bit more creamier, basically better blended, I would like it more. I still highly recommend it because for the price you cannot go wrong, really. But I think I'm gonna finish this bottle and that's gonna be the end of the story, and that's it. Another one that is a massive surprise for me, but I feel like I'm not gonna repurchase, to be honest, and that is Un Jardin sous le Nil. And I used to love this fragrance. This is a very long-lasting fresh scent. It's beautifully green, it has mango to it and bull rouge. It's just amazing. It really is. Out of the whole range, I like this one the most. But for some reason, I just don't reach for it. Even in the biggest heat, I maybe used it 5 times. And, you know, we had quite a heat wave here in Poland. It lasted way over a month. And, you know, it just wasn't enough. So I will probably use up this bottle and not purchase it again. I will definitely keep this because I really love the scent, and I will definitely try to use it up, but maybe with some help of my boyfriend, since it is quite unisex. So that's a massive bummer because at heart I know this is definitely one of my favorite freshies, but I always grab something else. I don't know why, I just do. So that's Jardin sous le Nil by Hermes. The next one, and this is simply because I've worn it so many times, so many years. I've purchased so many bottles of it that I am kind of getting tired and bored of this scent profile. And since now I have so many exquisite fragrances, this one doesn't wow me anymore, you know? It used to wow me when I was like in my late teens, early 20s. It was like the sexy beast kind of a fragrance, you know? But not anymore, really. And that is Versace Crystal Noir. I have 2 bottles, Eau de Toilette and Eau de Parfum, and I definitely intend to use them and use them up. I don't want to get rid of them because I love the fragrance. And it is definitely a sexy one. However, it's just that, you know, I want to experience so much more, and I know myself, if I keep purchasing the same fragrances that I've used for so many years, I become a creature of habit and I only grab those that I know the most, you know what I mean? So because of fragrances like this in my collection, I don't reach for the ones that are new and maybe a little bit weird to me. But because I have those safe spots like this fragrance, I don't experience them. So I think I just have to pull the plug, and I'm going to use up the 2 that I have. Maybe my mom will help me. Maybe I'll give her 1 bottle and 1 I will just try to use up myself. But yeah, I think these are the last bottles of Versace Crystal Noir that I have, because there's so much more on the market, you know, and I just used it for so many years. I think it's enough. Okay, next one, and I will honestly not repurchase it because of the price. I think, you know me, I purchase many expensive fragrances, but I paid a very hefty price for it because I stupidly ordered it from the States, not thinking about the customs. That's how much I wanted it. Anyways, I think it's just not really that amazing for the price, and you might be surprised, but that is Amouage Tuberose. Love Tuberose. This is very sophisticated, very exquisite. It's a beautiful scent. This is a green tuberose combined with whipped cream and vanilla, so you know, you get basically best of both worlds, because it is still wearable for the daytime, but it is very strong and very sophisticated, so you can totally pull this off for the nights out. I also think this is a exquisite bridal scent, which actually, who knows, maybe it will be my bridal scent, since I still have so much in this bottle and years go by very quickly, you know. It is beautiful, it really is, but I don't think I will purchase this again because of this hefty price tag. I just would rather go for something different, and it has never become like my ultimate either Dame Riche or my ultimate sultry signature fragrance, you know what I mean? It's neither nor, it's nowhere in my life. It's kind of like I have to think before I wear it. So I think because of that, this is mainly a special occasion of a scent for me. So I think it's definitely gonna end up on just this 1 bottle, guys. I'll be honest. Okay, what do we have next? Another surprise. I'm sure, guys, this will surprise you, but this is Instant Crush by Mancera. And this is glorious. It's gorgeous. What can I say? Now that I'm sniffing it, I honestly like it more than Oud Bouquet. Of course, my nose might change because I'm on those days now, you know what I mean? So everything smells quite different, even me. I smell weird to myself. Weirdest things happen in those days, right? But yeah, it's just such a good fragrance. It's like sweet, it has that baccarat vibe, but it's not that smooth, I must say. It's beautiful, but not as smooth. It has some harsh edges to it, you know? From time to time I can smell it. Even though this is a massive compliment getter for me, like anytime I wear this I get loads and loads and loads of compliments. I think I will not purchase it mainly because I like Montal Arabian Stonka a little bit more, and I think if I were to choose one or the other, I think I would go for Montal Arabian Stonka, just because Arabians are sweeter, Arabians are quite more feminine, Arabians are also quite heavy on a very nice smooth oud. So yeah, just from one or the other I would choose Arabians. So I don't think I will repurchase this, even though I love it. It's like sugary sweet, it has some patchouli, it has some rose, saffron, beautiful fragrance. It definitely is an instant crush. However, again, if Montal didn't exist, I would probably stick to this one forever, but since we have Arabian Stonka, this one will not be repurchased. Arabians will, for sure. Okay, next one, and I am referring to the whole range in here, and that is a Reminiscence range. And here I have Dragee, which I really like actually. This is a beautiful almondy floral gourmand basically. You have orange blossom here, and you have almond, and you have some sweet notes like a French pastry. So, you know, in general, this is a very nice fragrance. However, with this whole range, my problem is that they lean quite vintage, you know, and that is something that bugs me a little bit. It bothers me slightly. I like them, I do recommend them, but just for me they are a little bit too vintage. So I will probably use this up and not think twice, not repurchase any of these ones. So that's that, guys. Another two that I have, and one is already being decluttered. If you haven't seen my declutter, go ahead and watch it. But first of all is Love by Sofia, so obviously I will not be repurchasing it, even though I highly recommend if you love coffee. But this one is going to my mom basically, so whenever I need it I can still get it. And the one that I will not repurchase and I still want to keep in my stash but will just not get another bottle when I finish is the original Sofia by Sofia Vergara. I really like this. This is basically a combination of La Vie est Belle and Chanel Coco Mademoiselle with some plum note. So, you know, it's just very nice. It's fruitier than the other two. It has its own vibe. It's very interesting, actually. Yeah. I really like it. It's fresh, but it's sweet and feminine. But I know myself, and if I finish this bottle, I will probably just go straight back to my Coco Mademoiselle fragrances, which I have two of, and I also have the La Vie est Belle, so I just probably don't need another scent like this, you know what I mean? Even though it's very nice, now that I smell it, it's just so nice. But yeah, I think I will not repurchase this, guys. I'll be honest. I think I'm gonna use it up, enjoy it, but that will be it. Okay, next fragrance that I have here would be my absolute favorite fragrance of the world if it wasn't for the longevity, which I said many times. This is the massive bummer of this fragrance, and that is Katy Perry's Indi, the original. And this is basically the most beautiful mask fragrance ever. It's like this sweet, milky, creamy mask. If it had great lasting power and projection, this would be, to me, so much better than any Narciso ever existed. So good. This is so good. Unfortunately, it doesn't really last long and it doesn't really project. So you're basically wearing this for yourself. And as much as I am the advocate of wearing fragrances for yourself, this is quite not enough, you know? Like, even for myself, I will have to respray it over and over again. So I love the scent, but the quality of it is very disappointing, so I will not repurchase, guys. And last but not least, it's gonna surprise you so much. again, I'm surprised as well. I'm just trying to be very logical here, and I feel like I will not go with another bottle unless, this might be the only exception, unless I find the 100ml bottle heavily discounted. Then I might purchase, I'll be honest. But other than that, I will surely not repurchase this fragrance. Also that I have a great cheaper alternative. So yeah, I'm talking about, I love it. I love Rouge Malachite by Armani, and this is very well loved by so many people. But I don't think it's really that worth of a price. I mean, it is beautiful, it is long lasting, so you can say it is worth the price. But you have things like, let's say, Alien Fusion, which is honestly, now that I have, you know, worn these fragrances over and over and over again, it really gives me a similar vibe. What you don't have in Fusion, most of all, that differentiates the two, is the sage. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure how you are familiar with sage, but I use it very often. I you know, fume my whole house with sage. I use sage very, very frequently, and basically sage reminds me of something quite sacred, so to speak. You know, to me, sage has a purpose in my life. It's clearing, etc, etc. So I'm not really that sure if I like it in a fragrance. I like wearing this, but mostly what I smell is that sage, because, you know, I use it so often, the sage itself. This really, really bugs my nose, and most people mainly smell tuberose or the amber. I mainly smell the sage, which basically makes the whole experience quite herbal to me. And Alien Fusion, as much as I hated it in the very beginning, now I love it, and it doesn't have that sage, and it actually has a very nice vanilla, and also it has tuberose, just like Rouge Malachite. So I don't really see the point at the moment, you know. If I were to repurchase one or the other, because I think I am quite halfway through on both. Actually, I'm down here with Rouge Malachite. I think I would repurchase this one, and I already have it in my basket actually, because I don't want to run out completely without a replacement. So yeah, that says it all to me. I will not repurchase Rouge Malachite, but I definitely will repurchase Alien Fusion. That's that. I'm done. I'm done for today, guys. Did you like it? Let me know in the comments. What is the scent that you would never ever repurchase? Because I'm not talking about the scents that are like, I hate them, I will declutter them right away. No, no, no. These are the fragrances that I like, but I will not repurchase. So tell me, what are your little boogas that you are not going to repurchase for one reason or the other? I would love to know. And other than that, I love you, and see you in my next one. Bye!